All right, so the last part of the CSU application is the program materials information. And there are some cases where this is already all the way green and you don't have to do anything on your part. But there are other situations where you have to enter some information, and so you want to make sure that you have that information correct as you do this. So you can see I'm halfway there for my program materials section. The sociology going to Bakersfield, there was nothing that I had to do. But for San Marcos, they have a couple questions that they want me to answer. So you can see here, it's a little bit confusing because there's nothing here to fill out. So you have to go to this questions tab. Okay, so you have to change it and then it asks you to fill out some information. So additional information needed. How did you hear about our program? I learned about it from a friend. And then statements of acknowledgement. I understand I'm applying to an extended learning program. Okay, I don't really know what that means, but sure. I understand that I'm applying to an online program. Oh, I didn't realize that. I understand by applying to an extended learning program, if I'm accepted, the tuition as well as the fees are different. Didn't realize that either. So maybe I didn't mark the correct program and I want to go back and take a look to make sure. So you can go to this add program box. And when you do that, I'm in a test application right now, so not everything is here, but you can search for things. You can put in some filters, you know, go in by campus or delivery and or source, things like that. You can, you know, just go down the line. A lot of students will select a program at Bakersfield because it's the first one that comes up. Maybe you don't want to go to Bakersfield, but you saw, oh, English language and literature. Yep, that's my exact major. So I'm going to select that, not realizing it is classified by the college. Okay. And so you want to really pay attention. You know, this criminal justice major is at the Antelope Valley branch campus. So maybe you don't want to be out there. You want to be at the main campus. And so it's important as you add programs that you recognize which program you're filling out for. If you go to the submit application box here, you can see the two campuses that you're applying to. So if you go, oh, I don't want this extended learning, you can just trash it. Yes, I'm deleting this program, and then that one is gone. Okay, this blue button is nice. If you select that, you will see your whole application in one spot. Okay, and so this is nice to kind of scroll through instead of having to go box by box by box. And so that's a helpful way of looking at the application. If you go check my fee waivers, here, back in the first video when we talked about the financial information, now I could apply up to 4 campuses and not have to pay. So now maybe I'm going to go ahead and you know, add more campuses to my list and not just one campus, because now I don't have to pay for up to 4 campuses. Okay. And if you hit the submit button, it's actually going to ask you and make you aware of a few things. One is it's telling me here that they want to make sure this was not an error, that I meant to enter my poli-sci as an academic renewal, my Psych 3 as a repeat, and my Counseling 270 as a pass. And then here it's saying, hey, were any of these repeats? These were the classes where I got W's. So it's just bringing a few things to my attention. It's also showing me my general education is complete and that I had an AP score. Okay. And so the application, let me go back just a second. When you do that submit application, this check fee waivers status will not be viewable until the entire application is complete. So you can't fill out just the information about your finances and then go check to see if you get the fee waiver. You have to complete everything prior to seeing that fee waiver status, okay? And so, you know, take the time to complete this, reach out to us for questions, submit your application to be reviewed by the transfer center so that we can provide you some feedback before you hit submit. But hopefully these videos have been helpful and you have a better understanding of how to fill out the CSU application.